Nothing happens without a reason. Powerful stories of Stoicism. Everything happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever wondered why certain events unfold in our lives just when we need them the most? Why do some people enter our lives at precisely the right moment, as if they were sent by fate to guide us or provide the support we need? Or that strange feeling of déjà vu, where a new encounter feels like a continuation of a story already started? Welcome to Stoic in Your Life. In today's video, we're going to delve deep into the heart of Stoic philosophy, exploring the profound belief that nothing in life happens by chance. Every meeting, every challenge, every triumph has its purpose and reason. Stay tuned as we uncover powerful stories of Stoicism that illustrate this timeless wisdom. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. If you find value in our content, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. 1. The Wisdom of Jotaka. Let me tell you a story, one that carries the essence of Stoic wisdom and speaks to the very core of human experience. It's about an elderly monk named Jotaka, who one day, as he meditated under a blooming cherry tree, was approached by a young man named Hiroshi. Hiroshi, with a heart full of questions, asked, "Master, sometimes I meet people and feel a positive sensation, as if I had already known them, or as if they had a particular affinity with my soul. Other times, however, I experience a negative sensation, as if that person came to hurt me. All this disturbs me and makes me wonder, do they come into our lives by chance?" Jotaka, with his wise and penetrating gaze, looked at Hiroshi and responded, "People never enter our lives by accident, and this truth is deeper than we can imagine." He paused, allowing Hiroshi to absorb the weight of his words. In life, we encounter various people, each with their place and function in our story. Some come and go, while others stay and accompany us through different stages of life. Jotaka slowly rose and pointed to the blue sky above them. "Observe the birds, young friend," he said. "They do not fly by chance. They are carried by air currents, just as we are driven by the invisible forces of existence. Consider this. Have you ever wondered why certain people appear at the most critical moments in your life? This isn't mere coincidence. As the famous Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." Every encounter, whether positive or negative, serves a purpose. It is there to teach us something valuable, to challenge us or to guide us. These meetings are not random, but are part of a larger design. Reflect on your own life for a moment. Think about those who have had a significant impact on you. Was it an old friend who helped you through a difficult time, or perhaps a stranger whose brief interaction left a lasting impression? Each of these individuals entered your life for a reason, serving as teachers in the grand classroom of life. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, reminded us, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." The people we meet influence our thoughts, shaping our perceptions and experiences. Now let's delve deeper. Why do we feel an immediate connection with some and an aversion to others? This phenomenon is not merely about personal preferences. According to Stoicism, it's about the roles they play in our journey of self-discovery and growth. Every person mirrors something within us, revealing parts of our soul we might not yet understand. Epictetus taught, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." This means that our reactions to people are reflections of our internal state. Hiroshi, listening intently, asked, "But Master, how do I deal with those who bring negativity into my life?" Jotaka smiled gently and said, "Even those who seem to harm us are not without purpose. They challenge us to cultivate patience, resilience, and forgiveness. They are opportunities in disguise, helping us to refine our character." This perspective transforms our view of adversity. Instead of seeing negative encounters as burdens, we begin to see them as necessary steps in our personal evolution. Think about a time when someone wronged you. How did you respond? Did it teach you something about yourself? Maybe it revealed your strength or highlighted areas where you need growth. Remember, every experience is a lesson. Every person, a teacher. This aligns with the Stoic principle of amor fati, or the love of fate. Embracing everything that happens, good or bad, as a part of the greater good. To fully grasp this concept, let's turn our attention to the broader picture. Our lives are like a tapestry, intricately woven with threads of countless interactions and events. Each thread, each person we encounter, adds to the complexity and beauty of our existence. Seneca wisely noted, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." The people in our lives are part of that preparation, setting the stage for our moments of transformation and growth. So, how do we navigate these interactions with a Stoic mindset? First, practice mindfulness and presence. When you meet someone, be fully there, open to the lesson they bring. Second, cultivate gratitude. Even challenging interactions are gifts that contribute to your development. Lastly, maintain perspective. Remember that each person is part of a larger, interconnected web of life playing their role in your story. As you ponder these thoughts, ask yourself, who in your life has been a significant teacher? What lessons have they imparted? How have they shaped your journey? These questions are crucial for deepening your understanding and appreciation of the Stoic belief that nothing happens without a reason. Each encounter, each relationship, is a thread in the grand design of your life, contributing to your growth and wisdom. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." Embrace every interaction as a divine appointment, a purposeful meeting orchestrated by the universe. As you walk your path, carry this wisdom with you, knowing that every person you meet is part of a grander plan, enriching your life in ways you might not immediately understand but will undoubtedly appreciate in time. 2. The Journey of Hiroshi. Hiroshi gazed at the birds gliding gracefully across the sky, his mind absorbing the profound wisdom of his master. "Think of your life as a garden," Jotaka advised. "Every person you encounter is like a seed sown by destiny. Some will blossom into vibrant flowers that grace your life momentarily, while others will grow into sturdy trees that stand the test of time. Each one, however, carries the potential for new growth and transformation." Nodding thoughtfully, Hiroshi delved into deep reflection, visualizing the array of flowers and trees that had sprouted along his life's journey. These living symbols represented the people and experiences that had left an indelible mark on his path. Jotaka, sensing Hiroshi's contemplation, continued with a gentle yet profound empathy. "The people who cross our paths often become our most significant teachers. They are like sharp stones on our journey, sculpting and refining our character with their presence. Though their impact may sometimes be painful, they bestow invaluable lessons that reveal the strength within us." As we navigate through life, it's essential to understand that each encounter and experience, whether pleasant or challenging, plays a crucial role in our personal growth. This Stoic perspective encourages us to embrace every moment and person as part of our developmental journey. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that obstacles are not merely disruptions, but integral elements of our progress, pushing us to evolve and adapt. Hiroshi's journey is a testament to this philosophy. The people who entered his life, both the fleeting and the enduring, were essential in shaping his path. The vibrant flowers, representing joyous and fleeting moments, added beauty and color to his existence, reminding him of the transient nature of happiness. On the other hand, The mighty trees symbolized the steadfast relationships and profound experiences that offered stability and deeper understanding. By accepting this Stoic view, we learn to see every interaction and challenge as opportunities for growth. Epictetus wisely noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This powerful quote reminds us that our responses to life's events define our character and shape our destiny. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can turn adversities into advantages, finding strength in our struggles and wisdom in our hardships. Modern life is filled with constant changes and unexpected challenges. In our careers, relationships, and personal endeavors, we often face obstacles that seem insurmountable. However, by applying the principles of Stoicism, we can navigate these difficulties with resilience and grace. For instance, in our professional lives, setbacks such as job losses or failed projects can be disheartening. Yet, these experiences often lead us to new opportunities and personal growth that we might not have discovered otherwise. In our personal relationships, the Stoic belief that people come into our lives for a reason can help us appreciate both the joy and pain they bring. Every relationship, whether it ends in happiness or heartbreak, teaches us more about ourselves and our capacity for love, compassion, and resilience. Seneca aptly said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Embracing this wisdom allows us to face personal trials with a fortified spirit. Hiroshi's reflections on his journey reveal a deeper truth about the human experience. Each person who crosses our path contributes to our life's tapestry, weaving lessons of joy, sorrow, strength, and vulnerability into our story. As we grow older, we begin to see the intricate patterns formed by these encounters, appreciating how each one has shaped us into who we are today. The story of Hiroshi and the teachings of Jotaka remind us that nothing happens without a reason. Every person and event in our lives carries the potential to teach us, mold us, and help us grow. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, we learn to see obstacles as opportunities and to find meaning in every experience. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Let us carry this wisdom forward, navigating the ebbs and flows of life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, knowing that everything happens for a reason, and each moment is an essential step in our journey towards becoming our best selves. 3. The symbol of the palm lines. Have you ever looked closely at the lines on the palms of your hands and wondered if they hold any special significance? These lines, which twist and turn like mysterious pathways on an ancient map, are not just random marks. According to both Stoic and Buddhist philosophy, these lines remind us of the circumstances we cannot change and emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control, our actions and attitudes. Now we will delve into the Sunline, a particularly intriguing line, and explore what it means to have this sign on your palm. The Sunline, also known as the Apollo line, is said to be a marker of creativity, success, and talent. This line has intrigued scholars, researchers, and truth seekers for centuries. To truly understand the depth of its significance, let's journey through its mystical origins and how it relates to the wisdom of Stoicism and Buddhism. These philosophies teach us that inner peace and happiness come from accepting what we cannot change and mastering our reactions and behavior. By examining the Sunline, we can gain insight into how these ancient teachings apply to our modern lives. Let's consider a modern story that illustrates the profound impact of this wisdom. Meet Sarah, a successful graphic designer who felt stuck in her career. Despite her talent, she constantly faced setbacks and began to doubt her abilities. One day, a mentor introduced her to the concept of the Sunline and the principles of Stoicism. She learned that the Sunline on her palm signified her creative potential and that her failures were just part of the path she couldn't control. What she could control, however, was her response to these challenges. Sarah embraced the Stoic mindset, focusing on her actions and attitudes. She stopped seeing setbacks as failures and instead viewed them as opportunities for growth. She began to tackle her projects with renewed vigor, understanding that her worth wasn't determined by external success, but by her inner resilience and dedication. This shift in perspective transformed her career. Sarah's work flourished, not because the Sunline guaranteed success, but because she learned to harness her inner strength and creativity, embodying the very essence of Stoic wisdom. Now let's reflect on your own life. Have you ever faced a situation where you felt powerless? How did you respond? The lines on your palm, especially the Sunline, serve as a metaphor for the paths you can take in life. They remind you that while you can't control every twist and turn, you can control your attitude and actions. By focusing on what you can control, you unlock your potential and navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. So what does the Sunline tell us about our journey? It teaches us that our unique talents and paths are part of a bigger picture, shaped by both fate and our own efforts. This realization is empowering. It encourages us to pursue our passions and dreams, knowing that while we may encounter obstacles, our response to these challenges defines our destiny. The Sunline, then, is not just a mark on your palm, but a symbol of your potential and the power of your choices. As we conclude this exploration of the Sunline and its significance, consider the lessons it imparts. First, acknowledge the circumstances you cannot change and focus on what you can, your actions and attitudes. Second, recognize your unique talents and use them to navigate your path with confidence and resilience. Finally, embrace the journey, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Remember, the lines on your palm are a reflection of your inner landscape. By understanding their significance and applying the wisdom of Stoicism, you can lead a life filled with purpose, creativity, and peace. What steps will you take today to harness your inner strength and embrace your journey? The power is in your hands. 4. The Legend of the Sunline Palm Lines. In the tranquil, serene mountains of Japan, there's a monastery that stands as a beacon for those on a quest for enlightenment and wisdom. Every day, seekers from far and wide find solace within its austere walls, drawn by the promise of profound teachings. Among the revered teachers is an old monk named Nin, whose wisdom is as deep as the ocean. Nin, with his serene presence and profound knowledge, frequently gathers his disciples to impart invaluable lessons. One memorable day, as the sun cast its golden light across the sky and birds filled the forest with their melodious songs, Nin called his students to gather around him. "My dear disciples," he began, his voice gentle and calming, "today I want to share with you the mystery of a certain line on the palm of your hand, known as the Sunline. This line has captivated and intrigued Buddhist monks for centuries, shrouded in an aura of mystery and significance." His words sparked a wave of curiosity among the disciples. They eagerly examined their palms, hoping to uncover the enigmatic Sunline and ponder its hidden meaning. Nin continued, "The Sunline is said to reveal one's destiny, a destiny shaped by forces and reasons we may not fully comprehend. In the vast tapestry of life, every thread, every line, has a purpose, and so does the Sunline. It reminds us of an ancient Stoic principle. Nothing happens without a reason. Epictetus once said, 'It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters.' This principle urges us to find meaning and purpose in every event, in every encounter, even in the lines on our palms." As the disciples listened, they could feel the depth of Nin's words. He was not merely speaking about a line on the hand, but was guiding them to understand the broader strokes of fate and the universe's intricate design. "Think about the challenges you've faced," Nin urged. "Consider the struggles that seemed insurmountable at the time. Have they not shaped who you are today? Have they not forged your character and resilience?" Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, wisely noted, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Nin's stories were not just tales. They were powerful lessons wrapped in ancient wisdom. He narrated the story of a young monk who once lived in the same monastery. This monk, too, had a prominent sunline. Throughout his life, he faced numerous trials, from the loss of loved ones to severe illnesses. Yet, each hardship carried him further on his path to enlightenment. Each challenge was a lesson, each setback a step forward. Can you see how every difficulty serves a greater purpose? Nin asked, his eyes scanning the faces of his attentive disciples. When you look at your sunline, don't just see a mark, see a journey. Reflect on how the Stoics embraced fate, how they taught us to welcome each event as a teacher. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This is the essence of the sunline, a testament to our journey, to the trials that shape and refine us. The forest seemed to hold its breath as Nin's words sunk in. The disciples, now deeply engaged, pondered their own lives and the hidden reasons behind their experiences. They saw their palms in a new light, each line a story, each mark a lesson. How can you apply this understanding to your life? Nin prompted, encouraging self-reflection. When faced with adversity, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this shape my character? Nin's teaching was clear. Embrace each moment, each line of your destiny with gratitude and understanding. Realize that nothing is without purpose, and everything is interconnected in the grand design of life. He closed his eyes for a moment, as if to gather his thoughts, then said, "The sunline, like life itself, is a blend of mystery and meaning. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it guide you on your path. Remember, as the Stoics teach us, we do not control events, but we can always control our response to them." As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the monastery grounds, Nin's words lingered in the air, a lasting echo of wisdom and enlightenment. The disciples left that day with a renewed sense of purpose, understanding that their journeys, marked by the lines on their palms, were uniquely their own. They walked away knowing that every experience, every hardship, carried a deeper meaning and a reason, much like the mysterious sunline. Dear listener, as you reflect on your own life, consider the lines on your hand not just as physical marks but as symbols of your journey. What stories do they tell? What lessons do they hold? By embracing the Stoic philosophy, we can find strength and wisdom in the most unexpected places. How will you respond to the lines of your destiny? How will you let them shape you? This is the journey of understanding that nothing happens without a reason. Thank you all for being here in this video. Have you ever experienced a moment in your life where you felt that something happened for a specific reason? We'd love to hear your stories and insights about how Stoicism has influenced your perspective on life's events. If you're unsure of what to write, feel free to share a brief story about a time when you faced a challenge and later realized it had a meaningful purpose. 5. Lessons from Tenson. In the quiet recesses of a mountain cave, a young boy named Tenson wrestled with a deep sense of despair. Tenson was bright and perceptive, but he was tormented by the absence of a certain line on his palm, a mark that some believed foretold his fate. His isolation and sadness grew as he withdrew from the world, convinced that his destiny was one of misfortune. The master began to recount this story to his disciples, painting a vivid picture of Tenson's loneliness and desolation. One day, as Tenson sat in the depths of his sorrow, an old Buddhist master named Kempo visited him. Kempo was a figure of wisdom and compassion, with profound insights into human nature and the universe's mysteries. He invited Tenson to join him on a journey, but Tenson, his voice heavy with weariness, questioned, "Why should I follow you? My life is already cursed." Kempo's eyes, filled with understanding, met Tenson's gaze. "True luck," he explained gently, "is not etched in the lines of your palm but shines from the light within your heart. Follow this inner light, and you will discover true happiness." Though Tenson hesitated, remembering the voices that had convinced him of his cursed fate, Something in Kempo's words resonated deeply within him. He decided to embark on this journey of self-discovery. Kempo's teachings on Buddhism, meditation, and the virtues of compassion, gratitude, and determination gradually opened Tenson's eyes to a new reality. He began to see that true wealth was not measured by material possessions or the marks on one's hand, but by the inner light that each person carries within. As Tenson journeyed with Kempo, he learned to cultivate an inner peace and strength that transcended external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Tenson's transformation mirrored this wisdom as he shifted his focus from his perceived misfortune to the richness of his internal world. The once dark cave of his mind began to brighten with the light of self-awareness and understanding. Through meditation and introspection, Tenson discovered that his initial belief in his cursed fate was merely a construct of his mind. He realized, much like Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. This new perspective allowed him to break free from the chains of his past beliefs and embrace a future defined by his actions and thoughts. His journey was a testament to the Stoic principle that while we cannot control external events, we can control our responses to them. Kempo's teachings emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature and embracing the impermanence of life. As Tenson absorbed these lessons, he found a sense of peace in accepting life's transient nature. Seneca's words, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it," echoed in Tenson's mind, urging him to live fully in each moment and to let go of his fears of the future. Tenson's journey also highlighted the power of compassion and gratitude. By focusing on helping others and appreciating the present moment, he discovered a deeper sense of fulfillment. This aligns with the Stoic idea that true happiness is found not in external wealth or status, but in virtuous living and the strength of one's character. As Tenson practiced these virtues, he became a beacon of light for others, illustrating that one's true worth comes from within. Relating this ancient story to modern life, we can see how Tenson's journey mirrors our own struggles with self-doubt and societal pressures. In today's fast-paced world, it is easy to become overwhelmed by external expectations and lose sight of our inner light. The story of Tenson reminds us that true fulfillment and happiness come from within, from cultivating our inner virtues and embracing the present moment. For men aged 30 to 65, navigating the challenges of career, family, and personal growth, Tenson's story offers a powerful lesson. Success and happiness are not determined by external markers but by the quality of our thoughts and actions. By embracing Stoic principles, such as focusing on what we can control and living in accordance with our values, we can find peace and resilience in the face of adversity. Tenson's transformation from a boy plagued by self-doubt to a wise and compassionate individual illustrates the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and Buddhism. As we reflect on his journey, let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By following our inner light and cultivating our virtues, we too can navigate the ebbs and flows of life with serenity and resilience, discovering that nothing happens without a reason and that true happiness lies within. 6. The meaning of the Sunline palm lines. The sunline, or the line of the sun, is a fascinating concept tied to an individual's inner light, representing their potential, creativity, and ability to make a mark on the world. As Nin explained, according to palmists, a person with a strong sunline has great potential to develop, while a weak or absent line may suggest unexpressed potential or the need to cultivate one's inner light. This idea captivated the disciples, who leaned in to absorb every word. Nin went on to elaborate on how the sunline is also associated with success in various aspects of life, such as career, finances, and personal relationships. He noted, "A long and straight line may indicate a person destined for success, while a short or irregular line may suggest challenges to overcome to achieve goals." However, Nin was quick to remind everyone that success isn't solely determined by destiny. It's shaped by our commitment, determination, and positive choices. He emphasized, if we do not commit to meditation, consistency, and perseverance, we cannot expect everything to go well and for our life to move toward success and serenity. This profound message underlined the importance of proactive effort in achieving one's dreams and aspirations. Consider the story of Emma, a graphic designer in her late 20s who struggled with self-doubt and felt overshadowed by her more confident peers. Despite her evident talent, her inner light seems dim, her potential unexpressed. After learning about the Sunline and its implications, Emma decided to embrace the idea that her success was in her hands, literally and metaphorically. She began a daily practice of meditation, focusing on self-belief and creativity. Slowly but surely, her confidence grew, and her work began to reflect her true potential. She secured a significant project that not only showcased her skills, but also brought her recognition and financial stability. Emma's story beautifully illustrates how nurturing one's inner light through perseverance and positive choices can lead to remarkable success. Think about your own life. Do you feel your inner light shining brightly, or is it hidden behind self-doubt and unfulfilled potential? What steps can you take today to nurture your creativity and stand out in the world? Remember, the strength of your Sunline is not just a predetermined fate, but a reflection of your commitment to personal growth and resilience. Nin's teachings remind us that our path to success is paved with consistent effort and the courage to face challenges head-on. The Sunline serves as a metaphor for our journey, highlighting that while destiny plays a part, our actions and choices ultimately shape our reality. By cultivating our inner light and remaining steadfast in our pursuits, we can achieve the success and serenity we seek. The Sunline symbolizes more than just potential. It represents the journey of turning that potential into reality through dedication and perseverance. Embrace your inner light, make positive choices, and commit to your personal growth. By doing so, you'll find that your path to success becomes clearer and more attainable. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, what is one step I can take today to start cultivating my inner light and moving towards my goals? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your dedication to nurturing your inner light will lead you to the success you envision. 7. Spirituality and inner self. Have you ever looked at your hand and wondered what stories it might tell? The lines on our palms, especially the Sunline, hold a fascinating narrative about our inner selves and our connection to the world beyond. The Sunline is more than just a crease on your hand. It's a symbol of spirituality, intuition, and our bond with the divine. When this line is deep and curved, it may signify a person with profound spiritual sensitivity and remarkable intuition. Special markings along this line, like crosses or stars, are often seen as signs of a unique connection to the spiritual realm. Let's take a moment to think about this. Look at your hand. This line, right here on your palm, what does it reveal about you? Could it be highlighting aspects of your personality or hinting at your potential? Such reflections invite us to delve deeper into our own nature and recognize the unique light within us. As the room fell silent with everyone contemplating these thoughts, Nin, our wise storyteller, encouraged them to consider how this line isn't about a fixed fate. This line, my dear ones, he said, is present on the palm of your hands. Do you think it can suggest some traits of your personality and potential? A soft murmur filled the room as everyone meditated on the master's words. He then shared an insightful perspective. The Sunline is an invitation to explore our natural talents and inclinations. It's a gentle reminder that each of us has a unique inner light, ready to shine if we nurture it with passion and dedication. However, the Sunline is not an immutable destiny, continued Nin, but rather an invitation to discover our natural talents and inclination. It is a symbol that reminds us that each of us possesses a unique and special inner light, ready to shine if it is nourished with passion and dedication. Reflecting on this, consider how many times we let external circumstances define us. How often do we forget that we hold the power to shape our destiny? In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This profound Stoic wisdom emphasizes that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. Every challenge, every setback, every line on our palm, they are all parts of our story, but not the entirety of it. Think about a time when you faced a difficult situation. How did you respond? Did you see it as an unchangeable fate, or did you use it as an opportunity to grow and learn? Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This perspective shift is powerful. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into setups for comebacks. The Sunline, therefore, is a metaphor for this Stoic belief. It suggests potential and invites us to harness our inner strengths. As we ponder on these ideas, let's also consider the power of intention and action. What steps are you taking to nourish your inner light? Are you dedicating time to your passions, honing your talents, and pursuing what truly matters to you? Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This highlights the importance of being prepared and proactive. Your inner light, represented by the Sunline, shines brightest when fueled by purposeful actions and steadfast dedication. Moreover, think about how this inner light impacts those around you. How can you inspire others with your journey? How does your growth contribute to the collective well-being? The Stoic philosophy encourages us to not only improve ourselves, but also to be a source of positivity and strength for others. "We are waves of the same sea," said Seneca, reminding us of our interconnectedness and the ripple effect of our actions. So, my friends, as you gaze at your palm and trace the Sunline, remember that it symbolizes more than just a path of destiny. It is a beacon of your inner potential and a call to action. How will you let your light shine today? What steps will you take to align with your true self and make the most of your unique talents? The Sunline is a profound reminder of our intrinsic connection to the spiritual and our potential for greatness. It's not a fixed path, but an invitation to explore, grow, and illuminate the world with our inner light. As you move forward, keep in mind the wisdom of the Stoics and let it guide you. "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts," said Marcus Aurelius. Embrace this journey with an open heart and a determined spirit. The power to shape your destiny lies within you, and every step you take brings you closer to the brilliant future you are meant to create. How will you respond to this call? 8. The power of salt. The power of salt is more profound than you might think. For those who have ever placed salt in their sneakers, you might be familiar with the ancient Buddhist practice and its deeper significance, rooted in both spiritual wisdom and medicinal knowledge. Salt, with its myriad uses beyond just flavoring food, has been revered through the ages. Many of us have tapped into its benefits, inspired by the age-old wisdom of our elders. As a potent ally, recent research has even debunked some myths about its role in raising blood pressure. Beyond culinary uses, salt proves invaluable in household cleaning for its purifying properties, and as a saline solution, it serves as an effective disinfectant for wounds and abrasions. Its role extends to skin care as an exfoliant, a remedy for dandruff, and as a component in bath salts, among numerous other uses. However, its significance in Buddhist tradition, particularly the practice of putting salt in one's shoes, holds a remarkable spiritual and medical purpose, as revealed in the Zen story you are about to discover, which highlights 5 compelling reasons to embrace this practice. Ever wondered why a simple substance like salt has been revered across different cultures for centuries? Dive into the transformative power of salt and uncover a timeless Zen story that reveals why Buddhists believe in putting salt in their shoes. an age-old practice with profound modern-day benefits. Salt, often overlooked as a mundane kitchen staple, carries a legacy of wisdom that transcends time. In the realm of Stoicism, nothing happens without a reason, echoing the sentiment that everything in life has a purpose. This aligns beautifully with the Buddhist tradition of placing salt in one's shoes, a practice steeped in spiritual and medicinal insights. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Just as salt confronts impurities, turning obstacles into opportunities, this practice exemplifies how small actions can lead to significant transformations. From a Stoic perspective, the act of putting salt in your shoes can be seen as a metaphor for grounding oneself amidst life's challenges. Salt purifies and protects, much like Stoic wisdom shields the mind from turmoil. By embracing such rituals, we learn to find calm and resilience in the face of adversity. The philosopher Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This mindset, combined with the ritual use of salt, fosters a serene and resilient spirit. In practical terms, salt's versatility is astounding. In the culinary world, it enhances flavors, symbolizing how Stoic practices can enrich our lives. In cleaning, it purifies spaces, just as Stoic discipline cleanses the mind of unnecessary worries. As a disinfectant, it heals wounds, reflecting how Stoic teachings mend the soul. Seneca wisely noted, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Salt, in its humble capacity, embodies this courage, providing strength and purity in every grain. The Zen story behind the Buddhist practice of putting salt in shoes unveils deeper reasons that resonate with modern life. Firstly, salt represents purification. Just as we cleanse our bodies, we must purify our minds, removing negative thoughts and embracing tranquility. Secondly, it offers protection. Salt wards off evil spirits, much like how a Stoic mindset guards against destructive emotions. Thirdly, it promotes healing. The medicinal properties of salt heal physical wounds, mirroring the Stoic process of healing emotional scars through wisdom and acceptance. Fourthly, salt signifies resilience. It withstands the test of time and elements, reminding us to remain steadfast in our principles. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Finally, salt embodies simplicity. Its unassuming presence yet powerful impact teaches us to find joy and purpose in life's simple moments, aligning with the Stoic appreciation for what we have rather than yearning for what we lack. Incorporating this practice into daily life, especially for men aged 30 to 65, can offer a grounding experience, fostering a connection to ancient wisdom while addressing contemporary challenges. Imagine starting your day with a small yet meaningful ritual that aligns your actions with the timeless teachings of Stoicism and Buddhism. As you step into your shoes, you're not just preparing for the day ahead, you're embracing a legacy of resilience, purity, and purpose. Life, with all its unpredictability, often throws us off balance. Yet, as Stoicism teaches, our power lies in our response. The Buddhist practice of putting salt in your shoes is more than a ritual. It's a reminder of the profound strength within simplicity. By integrating this practice, we align with the wisdom of the ancients, finding strength in every step, just as Marcus Aurelius advised to find strength in obstacles. Remember the words of Seneca, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." The seemingly small act of placing salt in your shoes can transform your approach to life, enriching it with purity, protection, healing, resilience, and simplicity. Embrace this ancient practice and let it guide you on a path of serenity and strength, grounded in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and Buddhism. If you've made it this far, you're a seeker of wisdom. Drop a comment saying, "I embrace my journey," to show you're committed to the Stoic path. Stick around. The best is yet to come. 9. Lessons from practice. Stoicism, a profound philosophy from ancient Greece, teaches us to accept external events with serenity and focus on what we can control. This wisdom is echoed in various practices worldwide, including those from Buddhism. Picture a tranquil valley, surrounded by the mystical aura of the Japanese mountains. Here lies an ancient Buddhist monastery, a haven of ancestral wisdom, and a refuge for those seeking inner peace. In this serene setting lived an elderly and revered monk named Makoto, whose wisdom in Buddhism and Eastern medicine was like a candle's light in the darkness. One day, a young monk approached Makoto, troubled by the adversities he faced. With a gentle smile, Makoto led him to a small pond and asked him to scatter a handful of salt into it. Then he asked the young monk to take a sip of the water. Unsurprisingly, the young monk spat it out, grimacing at the bitterness. Makoto then took the young monk to a nearby lake. Again, he asked him to throw a handful of salt into the vast body of water. Afterward, he asked him to take a sip. This time, the young monk tasted the water and found it refreshing with no trace of bitterness. Makoto explained, "The salt represents the adversities in life. If your mind is like the pond, small and confined, even a little salt will make it bitter. But if your mind is like the lake, vast and expansive, it can absorb the same adversity without being affected." This powerful story highlights a core Stoic principle. It's not the external events themselves that disturb us, but how we perceive and react to them. Now let's translate this wisdom into modern life. Imagine you're facing a challenging situation at work, perhaps a demanding project or a difficult colleague. You have two choices. Let the stress and negativity overwhelm you, making your mind like the small pond, or expand your perspective and resilience, making your mind like the vast lake. By doing so, you can handle the situation with grace and maintain your inner peace. This is the essence of Stoicism, understanding that while we cannot control external events, we have full control over our reactions. Consider a story from modern life. Sarah, a marketing manager at a bustling firm, often found herself stressed by tight deadlines and high expectations. Every day felt like a battle against time, and she struggled to keep her composure. One day, inspired by Stoic teachings, she decided to change her approach. Instead of viewing each challenge as a source of stress, she started seeing them as opportunities to practice patience and resilience. She began her mornings with a few moments of meditation, reflecting on what she could control and accepting what she couldn't. Gradually, Sarah noticed a shift. Her mind, once like the small pond, became more like the vast lake, able to absorb the pressures of her job without losing her inner peace. Her colleagues noticed the change, and she became a source of calm and inspiration in the office. This shift in perspective is powerful. It invites us to question, how do we respond to life's challenges? Do we allow them to make us bitter and stressed, or do we expand our minds and embrace them with resilience? By asking ourselves this question, we engage with the core of Stoic practice, leading to personal growth and tranquility. Ultimately, the lesson from Stoicism is clear. Our inner well-being is determined not by what happens to us, but by how we choose to respond. We can't control the waves, but we can learn to surf. By practicing acceptance and focusing on what we can control, we cultivate a mindset that remains unshaken by external events. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or passive. On the contrary, it means actively choosing a perspective that empowers us to remain serene and strong, no matter what life throws our way. Let us embrace the teachings of Stoicism in our daily lives. Like the young monk and the salt, let us expand our minds and strengthen our inner peace. When faced with adversity, let us remember that it is our response, our attitude, that defines our experience. By doing so, we not only navigate life's challenges with grace, but also inspire those around us to find their own inner strength. How will you choose to respond to life's adversities? Will you let them make you bitter, or will you use them as opportunities to grow and become stronger? The choice is yours, and in that choice lies the true power of Stoicism. 10. The Ancient Fisherman. Every step you take on the path of life is a sacred journey, a journey leading to the knowledge of yourself and the universe around you. This journey, much like any long and exhausting journey, requires adequate preparation. In our daily lives, we must be ready to face the challenges that await us, much like the ancient fisherman who ventured into the unknown. Picture an old monk speaking to his disciples, his voice calm and wise. Every step we take on the path of life is a sacred journey, he begins, drawing the listeners into a world of ancient wisdom. To face a long and exhausting journey, one must prepare adequately, and so too in our earthly existence, we must be ready to confront the challenges ahead. As the disciples listen intently, the monk unveils an ancient custom, putting salt in their shoes. This practice, mysterious and ancient, sparks their curiosity. This tradition, the monk continues, dates back to a time when our ancestors navigated wild, impenetrable lands. In those days, salt was not merely a condiment, but a precious commodity, symbolizing purity and protection. Pausing briefly, the monk allows his words to sink in like delicate grains of sand. He then elucidates the 5 main reasons why this practice of putting salt in shoes is so significant for our spiritual and overall well-being. Firstly, he says, salt has the power to absorb moisture, just as Buddha absorbed the suffering of the world. When we put salt in our shoes, it helps us keep our steps light and agile. In Buddhist practice, moisture is often associated with the heaviness of worries and suffering that we carry on the path of life. Salt acts as an absorbent for these concerns, allowing our steps to remain light and agile as we advance in our quest for inner peace and wisdom. To illustrate this, the monk shares a powerful story. An old fisherman during a violent storm saved his boat from breaking apart by throwing a bag of salt onto the deck to absorb the water. This act of wisdom and practicality not only saved his boat but also kept his journey light and his spirit agile. This story underscores the importance of small, mindful practices in navigating life's storms. The monk continues, seamlessly transitioning into the second reason: salt symbolizes protection. Our ancestors believed that salt could ward off evil spirits and negative energy. By putting salt in our shoes, we create a shield around us, a barrier that keeps negativity at bay. This protective measure, though simple, can make a profound difference in how we face our daily challenges. It's like carrying a piece of ancient wisdom with you, a small but powerful act of self-care. He then moves to the third reason: salt represents purity. Just as salt purifies water, it has the symbolic power to purify our thoughts and intentions. When we embark on our daily journey with salt in our shoes, we remind ourselves to strive for purity in our actions and decisions. This practice keeps us grounded in our values and helps us navigate the world with a clear and focused mind. The fourth reason follows naturally. Salt is a reminder of our connection to the earth. In ancient times, salt was harvested from the earth and the sea, linking it directly to the natural world. By placing salt in our shoes, we honor this connection and acknowledge the grounding force of nature in our lives. It's a small ritual that brings us closer to the earth, reminding us of our place within the larger ecosystem and the importance of staying grounded. Finally, the monk explains the fifth reason. Salt encourages mindfulness. The simple act of putting salt in our shoes requires us to pause and reflect. It's a moment of intention, a small ritual that brings awareness to our actions. This mindfulness can transform our daily routines into sacred practices, helping us stay present and fully engaged with each step we take. By the end of his explanation, the disciples are filled with a newfound appreciation for the humble act of putting salt in their shoes. The monk's words have not only enlightened them but have also provided them with practical wisdom that they can carry into their everyday lives. His teachings remind us all that even the simplest actions can hold profound meaning, and that by embracing these ancient practices, we can navigate the complexities of modern life with greater ease and grace. So, as you go about your day, consider the lessons from this ancient tradition. What simple practices can you incorporate into your routine to help you stay grounded, protected, and mindful? How can you prepare yourself for the journey ahead, ensuring that each step you take is light and purposeful? These questions invite us to reflect on our own lives and the ways in which we can apply ancient wisdom to our modern existence, enriching our journey with depth and meaning. 11. The Traveler's Journey. Life's journey is often riddled with challenges and unseen obstacles, much like the tale of the traveler who encountered a river infested with evil spirits. For men aged 30 to 65, the journey of life can be particularly demanding, filled with career pressures, family responsibilities, and personal ambitions. The wisdom of Stoicism reminds us that nothing happens without a reason, and every challenge we encounter is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Consider the daily stresses we face in our professional lives. Whether it's dealing with a difficult boss, handling financial pressures, or navigating complex relationships, the principle of purifying our path can be applied. Just as the traveler used salt to protect himself from evil spirits, we too can use Stoic practices to safeguard our mental and emotional well-being. Marcus Aurelius, another luminary of Stoicism, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote serves as a powerful reminder that our true power lies in our ability to control our reactions and maintain inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. In the context of modern life, think of the salt as a metaphor for the Stoic practices that help us navigate through challenges. These practices include mindfulness, journaling, and reflecting on our daily experiences to extract lessons and insights. For example, when faced with a setback at work, instead of succumbing to frustration or anger, we can pause, reflect, and ask ourselves what we can learn from the situation. This shift in perspective not only helps us manage stress more effectively, but also empowers us to grow and improve continuously. Furthermore, the story of the traveler and the purifying salt can be related to maintaining integrity and authenticity in a world full of distractions and temptations. In our quest for success and fulfillment, it's easy to lose sight of our values and principles. However, by anchoring ourselves in Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can ensure that our actions and decisions are aligned with our true selves. As Seneca wisely observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This teaches us the importance of contentment and gratitude, recognizing that true wealth lies in our ability to appreciate what we have and to live a life of purpose and integrity. Applying this to our personal relationships, the purifying properties of salt remind us to be mindful of the influences we allow into our lives. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people who uplift and inspire us can significantly enhance our mental and emotional health. Conversely, distancing ourselves from toxic relationships and negative influences is crucial for maintaining our well-being. By doing so, we create a nurturing environment that fosters personal growth and happiness. The story of the traveler and the salt in his shoes is a profound metaphor for the Stoic principle of maintaining inner purity and resilience amidst life's challenges. By embracing this wisdom, we can protect our minds and spirits from external negativity, cultivate inner strength, and lead a life of purpose and fulfillment. Remember, as the Stoics teach us, every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise, and with the right mindset, we can turn adversity into triumph. So, as you walk your path, keep the salt of Stoic practices in your shoes and let it purify your journey, guiding you towards a life of wisdom, courage, and serenity. 12. Balance and stability. In the heart of a serene monastery, nestled among towering mountains that echo stability and strength, a wise monk named Makoto shared a profound lesson on balance and stability. "The reason for putting salt in our shoes," Makoto explained, is to help us maintain balance, much like the mountains surrounding us symbolize stability and strength. This practice is more than a mere tradition. It's a profound metaphor for how we should live our lives. Makoto continued, "Just as these majestic rock formations stand firm against the fiercest storms, we too must learn to sustain our internal stability amidst life's challenges. Salt in our shoes represents this balance. It acts as an anchor for our steps, grounding us and preventing unwanted falls as we navigate our paths. With salted shoes, we feel more solid and connected to the earth, establishing a deep, almost spiritual connection with the ground beneath us. This connection fosters balance not only in our bodies but also in our minds and spirits." The monk's words resonated deeply, reminding us that true balance transcends the physical realm. It extends to our mental and spiritual well-being, urging us to find equilibrium between work and rest, action and contemplation, joy and sorrow, and good and evil. This simple yet powerful practice of adding salt to our shoes invites us to reflect on how we can achieve this balance in our daily lives. Imagine you're a busy professional juggling numerous responsibilities. The demands of work, family, and personal aspirations often pull you in different directions, creating a sense of imbalance and chaos. In such moments, Makoto's wisdom can serve as a guiding light. By grounding yourself, metaphorically adding salt to your life, you can stabilize your steps and maintain your internal balance. Consider the moments when you felt overwhelmed by life's storms. How did you regain your footing? What practices or rituals helped you find your center? A modern example of this principle can be seen in the life of Emma, a dedicated nurse working long, exhausting hours in a bustling city hospital. Emma found herself constantly drained, struggling to balance her demanding job with her personal life. One day, inspired by a similar story of balance, she began a simple daily ritual. Each morning, she would spend a few minutes in quiet reflection, grounding herself before stepping into the chaos of her workday. She visualized herself as a mountain, unyielding and steadfast, with salt symbolizing the grounding force in her life. This practice transformed Emma's approach to her daily challenges. She found that by grounding herself, she was better equipped to handle the stress and unpredictability of her job. Her steps became more deliberate, her mind clearer, and her spirit more resilient. Emma's story is a testament to the power of grounding and maintaining balance in the face of life's inevitable storms. As we navigate our own lives filled with ups and downs, it's crucial to ask ourselves, how can we anchor ourselves more firmly to the ground? What rituals or practices can we adopt to maintain our stability? The story of Makoto and the simple act of adding salt to our shoes reminds us that balance is not just a physical act, but a holistic approach to living. It's about finding the right mix between different aspects of our existence, ensuring that one part does not overwhelm the others. The lesson here is clear. Maintaining balance is essential for a harmonious life. By grounding ourselves, we can face life's challenges with greater stability and strength. This practice of balance affects not only our physical steps but also our mental and spiritual journey. So, as you go about your day, think about what anchors you. Reflect on how you can maintain your internal balance amidst the external chaos. And remember, just as the mountains stand tall and firm, so too can you find strength and stability within yourself. This balance will guide you through the storms of life, ensuring you remain rooted, resilient, and steadfast on your path. 13. Healing. Now let's delve into a profound lesson from Stoicism through the powerful story of the healing power of salt. Imagine a serene moment where you're listening to the calming voice of a wise monk who once said, "Salt also has healing properties." In Eastern medicine, salt isn't just a seasoning, it's a revered natural remedy, known to alleviate both physical pain and mental tension. This ancient wisdom, though simple, carries a profound message that resonates deeply with our everyday lives. Picture this. A humble farmer, worn out by the demands of his daily labor, finds himself suffering from an open wound on his foot. The pain is not just physical, but also a symbol of the myriad struggles we all face on our spiritual journeys. Seeking relief, he immerses his wounded foot in a saline solution, a practice rooted in ancient traditions. The saline water, a mixture of salt and simplicity, begins to soothe his pain, bringing not just physical relief but also a sense of calm and clarity to his mind. This story isn't just about the farmer, it's about all of us. It's a reminder that healing often comes from the simplest things around us, things we might overlook in our rush through life. The monk's tale invites us to consider, what are the salts in our own lives? What simple, accessible remedies do we have at our disposal to alleviate our daily discomforts and stresses? Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote encourages us to see obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities for growth and healing. Have you ever found yourself overwhelmed by the mental clutter of daily life, the incessant noise of worries and anxieties? It's in these moments that the wisdom of salt's healing properties becomes metaphorically powerful. Just as salt can cleanse and heal a wound, small mindful practices can cleanse our minds and soothe our spirits. Epictetus, another great Stoic, taught us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This timeless advice urges us to shift our focus from external events to our internal responses, finding strength and serenity within ourselves. Reflect on your own life. What simple practices can you adopt to bring more peace and healing into your daily routine? Maybe it's as simple as taking a few moments each day to breathe deeply, allowing yourself to be present in the moment. Or perhaps it's engaging in a brief meditation, letting go of the day's stresses and reconnecting with your inner self. These practices, like salt, might seem small and insignificant, but their impact can be profoundly transformative. The story of the farmer and the healing salt also teaches us about resilience. Just as the farmer continued his work despite his injury, we too must persist through our challenges. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminds us, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Embracing this mindset, we can view our struggles as opportunities to build mental and emotional strength. Consider the people around you. Who in your life embodies this resilient spirit? How can their examples inspire you to persevere through your own difficulties? Engaging with these questions not only deepens your understanding of Stoic principles, but also connects you with the broader human experience of facing and overcoming adversity. As we draw these reflections together, let's think about the interconnectedness of our physical and mental well-being. Just as the farmer found relief through a physical remedy, we too can find harmony by addressing both our bodies and our minds. The monk's story and the teachings of the Stoics converge on this point. True healing is holistic, embracing every aspect of our being. In your journey towards personal growth and tranquility, remember the humble power of salt. Embrace the simple yet profound practices that bring you peace, and let the wisdom of the Stoics guide you through life's challenges. As you move forward, carry with you the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, next time you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to pause and reflect. What small, mindful practices can you introduce into your life to foster healing and resilience? How can the wisdom of Stoicism help you navigate your path with a serene mind and a resilient spirit? These questions not only guide your personal journey, but also invite you to engage more deeply with the timeless teachings of Stoic philosophy. In closing, let the story of the healing salt remind you that within simplicity lies profound wisdom, and within you lies the power to heal and thrive. Embrace this wisdom and let it illuminate your path today and always. As we reach the end of our exploration into the profound belief that nothing happens without a reason, we hope these powerful stories of Stoicism have illuminated how every event, every encounter, and every challenge in our lives carries a deeper purpose. Through the wisdom of ancient philosophers and timeless traditions, we've seen that life's events are interconnected, teaching us valuable lessons and shaping our journeys. Remember, the stories of Jotaka, Hiroshi, and others remind us that each person we meet and each obstacle we face plays a crucial role in our personal growth. Embracing this perspective can transform how we view our experiences, guiding us towards a life of serenity and resilience. If you found value in these insights and wish to continue exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Stoic in Your Life. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and remember to carry the light of Stoic wisdom with you every day. Stay strong, stay wise, and until next time, keep living the Stoic life.